Ha ha! Ladies and gents, gents and ladies. You listen to the pregame on the hill, and I am your illustrious host and the National O. And you know I got my crew members with me as always. We got the pretty guy they call him, GQ. You got the V-neck on today, man. You got the V-neck on today, man. And then
Felt like I was going out, man. Things are starting to reopen, you know?
Phase 2 coming. And then got my guy, you already know he's in the helms of Twitter, speaking all that good shit. First place Sperm, otherwise known as Maverick. And then we got a new kid, as we always do, because we got hella guests, man. We had a guest every week during this quarantine pretty much. And yo, introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, my name is Parrish. You can call me PJ or GQ Jr. I kind of learned a little bit from Shane. Follow me on Instagram at Parrish_Jr. Or you can follow my blog page at Faith and Hoops. I get busy talking about fashion, faith, and basketball. So holla at me.
Oh, so you was really his understudy. GQ understudy. You was like
like he would always say, this nigga Shane is the skinnier me.
Hey man, it is what it is.
Okay, I ain't know the lineage ran deep. GQ, you got people too, you know. And they say they not your little niggas no more though. They said they're not the little homies no more.
We grown now. We grown now.
Yo, so you out here in Cleveland, like we were talking a little bit before. So how's quarantine life been for you, man? Like, what has changed? Everything going well?
Man, I'd have to say the word of the year thus far is uncertain and confusing. These last 2 months, we've just been at the house with my wife and still getting paid, still able to work. So I've been blessed in that regard. But, you know, I haven't had basketball to watch or play for 2 months, bro. I done gained a little weight. Nigga just trying to get back down. That I got the freshman 15 again, called the quarantine 15.
You got the COVID-19.
Oh, I can't wait to see these Jones with their COVID-15s when we open back up.
Oh, they all
not fitting the same.
They all
top
Googling right now how to lose
in.
25 pounds in 7 days. You feel me? Because people gonna be out soon. So you haven't been on your workout shit. You haven't been on like the Nike app, Peloton app.
So I have. But it's a little different for me because I just officially retired from professional basketball maybe like 5 months ago. And so the quarantine hit me at a time where I was already like taking time off from training so hard. So it like caught up with my body and now I'm trying to play catch up. Shane has sent me, GQ sent me a few little workouts or whatever, but it don't compare to Call of Duty.
Because we were just talking about that, actually, GQ and myself, right now before you got on the call, because we were speaking about, like, our first year out of college, right? We didn't go overseas and play, but that first year out of college, when you're done playing ball, you feel me? And you think that you can, your body, because you forget how often you play, right? How you play in the morning, and you come back in the afternoon and play. You might got a workout right after that practice. And you can eat whatever you want and be good and still look good. That shit changed when you don't play as much, right?
Man, I didn't go to Europe fresh out of college, so I do understand that. But I'm grateful I had a few plugs that were still in my ear, kind of pushing me to stay with it. And so I ended up going to Germany almost a year and a half out of college. So I had to retrain my body to get back to, eating 6 meals a day, making sure I'm working out multiple times and still getting hoop sessions in. So, now it's different. Now I'm married, thinking about having children, exploring other ventures. So,
your wife overseas?
Nah, man. So we found each other in college and we actually didn't start talking till 4 years later. That's a long story. I don't know if y'all really want me to get into that, but we've been married for almost 2 years now. So,
hey man, however road y'all took, you got to the road that y'all wanted to be on. So,
like Drake would say, Obi, I told you, I could be your boyfriend, but not right now. I'd rather see my heart turn to chrome. I'd rather see my heart turn to crystal.
GQ stay with a Drake.
Stay with the Drake. Man, hit me this week with the Drake.
Like the past. Oh my God, he passed to Drake, as Drake would say in song 3, verse 2.
That's my guy, man.
Hey, you need that. The Drake quotes run deep.
Nah, you really do though. It's a Drake quote for everything in life.
Everything.
The Drake caption is about to start back up when the summer opens.
Yeah.
Facts. I'm surprised they even started in quarantine.
Nah, there's some other things going on right now that's
Yeah, that's true. All right, man, let's get into the pod, man. So PJ, that's the guest for this week, man. Y'all gonna hear a lot, obviously, as we go through this pod, man. So a lot. So you guys are done. You guys are all in phase 1 right now of quarantine, as in a couple things are opening back up, you know?
I don't know, PJ, you know, like the phases?
Yeah, I think we like phase 3 or 4. The pool's about to open up, and the gym just opened up yesterday at my complex.
Damn!
Oh, my fault. My wife just came in and told me you started phase 2. I'm bugging out.
I was about to say.
They next to South Dakota. Those niggas started early. They were the first ones.
I was like, the bar. I was about to say the bar's open. Shit.
Nah, look, the bar's open over here in San Diego. We in phase 2. We started it last week. I think Maryland's about to be in phase 2. They was in phase 2 about 5 today, right? Y'all started 50% capacity.
Shit, I think
we still in phase 1.
We in phase 1. We didn't even start phase 1 yet. We start on Monday, I think.
My mom said phase 2, 50%, whatever that means.
We're in phase 1, and certain cities is still not even on phase nothing. Like the hot spots, PG and like Baltimore, they can't even do shit.
Oh yeah, they're not doing nothing right now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, for when quarantine is over, there will be pre-games, and since this pod is the pregame on the hill, how do we think pre-games post-quarantine, post-COVID, will be affected? They're going to be the same as they once were? Has everything changed, man? Like, do we think that people are going to be as close? People are going to be cognizant of somebody coughing, washing their hands multiple times while they at the party? People are going to be a little distant from each other. You won't have the same vibes, the same closeness. Like, how do we think pre-games will be after this?
People not going to care, man. People not, yo, because like, yo, the same thing I was telling my wife, like, yo, the people you feel more comfortable around, those are gonna be the first people you gonna like want to chill with. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not chilling with homie that I worked out with a couple of times here and there. I'm gonna be chilling out with my regulars, Marcus or Obi, or my guys that I know on a regular. So obviously, if I'm around them, obviously I've been talking to them for the past couple of months, past couple of weeks, so I know what's going on with them. But once we get some lick in our system, man.
Yo, what's good, y'all? That shit funny as fuck. We'll be dapping each other up. Hey, yo, what's good, bro? Yo, what's some other opinions?
Man,
go ahead, PJ.
I don't know, man. It's tough. I really feel like, so just my own take on COVID. Initially, I didn't take it that serious. I just kind of felt like, to me, it was like, it wasn't a positive thing for everybody to be stuck in the house and not giving their immune systems to get used to whatever COVID is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we keeping ourselves from naturally healing ourselves like we were created to. So I don't know. In that regard, I really wasn't taking it serious. I had a few friends that got it or whatever in different states, so it kind of changed my perspective.
Oh, really?
At the time.
You know people who got it?
Yeah. So some people that I used to work with in other states, they family members, kind of the older ones at risk. Nobody my age or anything. So that's a blessing. But I don't know, man. I feel like GQ hit it right on the head. Like you really gonna rock with the closest people that you know that don't have anything that you feel comfortable with. And I mean, in terms of going out, I think the pregame's got to stay at the house. Like, bring your own bottle, bring your own cup too. Like we're not sharing the glasses.
There we go. That's what I was into.
And that's the thing. And that's two things I was going. One is the sharing the bottles, and two, you gotta have to watch niggas now, right? Because we always had that one friend that would kind of sneak in, bring a little small bottle, and it'd be like 6 niggas in the pregame. But now some niggas might be jobless. They gonna really be trying you. It's gonna be one bottle and 30 niggas. So you really gotta start watching niggas now. Like, niggas is jobless, you know what I mean? They're gonna make their shit stretch, but they still gonna want to, no matter what the job situation is, people still gonna want to turn up. So they're still gonna show up to the function. So you kind of have to watch. You gotta be a little bit more careful now, because it's gonna be niggas trying to exploit the situation, want to turn up, but don't want to bring shit to the pregame.
And then can niggas invite other niggas to pregame? So
it's invite only.
Yo, it's funny. Yo,
it's at a party.
I talk about your peoples though. Like, say somebody invite me to a pregame and GQ's supposed to be chilling with me. Am I allowed to invite GQ with me to the pregame, even though they might not know him, but I know yo through me?
That might be. What
are you talking about?
Huh?
Yeah, it might be a little bit. It might be. It's something into that, because yo, it's crazy you talk about that, because I like, yo, my biggest thing, yo, when I got my house, I'm like, yo, I love to have people over. Like, fuck all this. Like, yo, when I was growing up, I never got a chance to sleep out. I went over people's house, but I'm like, no sleepovers. You know how that went, Obi. So, yo, I love, like, yo, I always have people over my house, try to have cookouts and stuff like that. So now it's just starting to, like, open up. I'm asking wifey, like, yo, what you want? Yo, like, I might want to have a couple people over for 4th of July. And she's like, yo, my wife, yo, she really don't play the COVID joint. Jasmine don't play it, yo. Like, we still haven't had my parents over, yo.
Yo.
Yeah, yo. And it's crazy, yo. That actually causes tension, though. Because, my mom and my whole other family, like, I'm not saying they don't care about the COVID, but they're all like, they like, yo, we family. My mom still go to my aunt's house. My aunt still go to my grandma's house. Like, that's just us. We international, man. You know what I mean? Niggas don't care about facts. As long as we family and niggas don't got it, we going over there. So, but my wife, she like, yo, I really don't want nobody. And it's not even, I don't want nobody near us. I don't want anybody near the baby. So that's the biggest thing. Yeah. So she's like, yo, either my mom's like, yo, my mom funny. She like, yo, you gotta tell Jasmine chill with that shit. Yo, like, she had pulled up one day. She pulled up one day, and she, I went to go get some, and she was asking like Nova, like, yo, you want to come chill with grandma? I was like, I don't know if Jasmine going for that. She was like, yo, she gotta stop that, man. Like, we're family, man. So
is that why on your birthday, yo, they all rolled past, yo? They couldn't even come inside?
Yo, they all rolled past, yo, but. Yo, Jasmine's starting to come around, though, because she was like, yo, I'm debating about having your sister over this weekend. So slowly and surely, she's starting to have
her sister?
My sister.
Oh, I was about to say, she don't even like her family over? What's good, G?
Yo. Do you want to live or do you want to die? It's good that you asked that, man, because, certain people have different views about it, but you got to respect everybody's view, to be honest.
You definitely do. And I guess for me, it's definitely going to be a pregame situation before a bar situation, right? It's definitely going to be that pregame turn into like a house party feel, right? But that only takes you so far in my book. I'm a nigga. If I start drinking, yo, it's a waterfall effect now. I got to keep drinking. Now I got to do something. I got to get out there. Yo, I get bored really easily, If I know there's no next step. So, like last week on Memorial Day, so I went over somebody's house, right? So no one, vetted it out. We good. Quarantine crew right now. But the light, like we did the day drinking, and then it turns into night, and it's like, what the fuck we gonna do, man? Right. We did a game night and shit, but you feel me? Like, I got no chance to hitting on a girl. I can't go take my chances at the bar. Just like, it's just, you're just stuck in a house. And that, to me, just like you said, people ain't going outside catching, getting their immune system used to this. My body's just not used to just staying in after drinking.
Facts.
And I think another rule is that you guys mentioned, definitely it's a 1 cup effect, man. Like I was gonna get into white pregame versus the black pregame, how we think it would differ, right? But definitely at a white pregame, which I'm more accustomed to going to than a black pregame, people over there, I don't think they're gonna change it at all. They're not gonna give us a fuck. They're gonna drink whatever cup is available. You feel
Pass
me?
the Henny. Everybody
They're gonna be playing beer pong, drinking.
You said Henny? Ain't no white people drinking Henny at the white.
Oh, my fault. I was talking about the black. I was talking about the black turn up. My fault.
Yeah. They're gonna be playing beer pong. We're gonna drink it out of the same cup. I'm like, no, we playing water cup. So I'm gonna have 1 cup. I'm gonna put my fucking name on that bitch, and we're gonna be good to go.
You might be better off just holding it the whole night. That way you don't lose touch with it, because somebody might grab it. Somebody might try to take a sip. Especially when y'all all playing beer pong, man. The white pre-games be crazy.
Yo, but Obi, tell me about how some because not only did you go to that one pregame, you had people over the house that one time. Did y'all went out for John's birthday?
Yeah. We didn't go out. We was at my house.
Y'all had people over though, right?
It was this girl though, and her friend, and then part of the quarantine crew. So people we've all chilled with before. There was no new bodies, right? It was no new bodies.
So hold on. So what happened if one of the girls like, oh my God, my friend, she just came into town. Can she come?
Yes, because she's pussy.
Make sure you make that clip.
Yes. Joe said it with no hesitation. Yes. He answered it before he asked the question. Yes.
But if it was a man, though, I'm going to have to, probably not the move right now. I don't really know yo like that. But, pussy, after 3 months of not having it, and it becomes available.
He ain't asked if she had a mask or nothing.
Nah, he just said it's a go.
It's a go.
It's a go.
I'm trusting her at that point, right? I'm just trusting her, even though I shouldn't be. I shouldn't leave my fate in her hands. But when you don't get pussy for a while, man, your head comes scrambled. Put that shit on a skillet. It's hot.
Hey, me and Shane not having no issues in that department. You know what I'm saying?
And first place. Y'all good.
Okay, yeah, we 3 for. All right, that's a bet.
Yeah, I'm the only one, man. I'm the only one out here just. Let me just tell y'all, man. If y'all is 20, 29-year-old right now, single in this time period, you're thinking about it 2 ways. I don't have any kids, so that's easy part on me. So it's really just myself I'm worrying about. Mm-hmm. But then when you get to them weekends and you start, and then, porn is just porn, man. You can't watch too much of this shit. This shit clouds your judgment. So it's tough. But let me ask y'all, so white, and we've talked about this in the past, I kind of want to bring it up again since we got a new person on the panel. White pregame versus black pregame, or international pregame, or non-white pregame. Which one do we think is better?
White, for sure, yo.
It might be a little something to the see. All right, hold on. Is there a caveat?
It's kind of hard to compare. It's like comparing apples. It just depends on what you're looking for.
That, but also like, are we talking about like white American, or are we talking about white European?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I'm talking about white American.
If I'm in America, I'm taking white America over my own people's pre-games, just because like every black pregame I've been to, bro, is like a sausage fest, bro. Like niggas, it's too many niggas, bro. I don't like that. I don't like drinking around just all my niggas. Like we drunk, we feeling good. Like I'm good off that. The white pregames is usually 5-1, girls leading the pack. So I'm taking that bet any day. Any day.
Okay, I agree with you. So you basing it off the female to guy ratio. Okay, exactly. That's definitely an advantage. I agree with that because I'm definitely white pregame camp. Definitely white pregame camp. I feel safe.
You feel safe?
It's not like I don't feel safe in a black pregame. It's just I feel like shit. the black pregame I've been to, they escalate sometimes when they don't need to escalate. Off of just
Yo, you drank all the fucking bottle?
Exactly.
I brought it, man. I brought the bottle for us, and I finished it.
Also, I'm not a Henny person. That's why, because people be drinking Henny, people get angry as fuck. It's just a fucking fact. Anytime somebody bring Henny around, they get angry, yo. I don't know why it is. First, it just happens. Second, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask. Popular opinion, unpopular opinion. I don't think Henny's that good. I'll pass on the Henny.
That too.
Yeah.
I don't even think Henny's that good. Hella sugar in that bitch.
Yo, liquor itself isn't that good. I'm telling you that right now.
I agree, bro.
That shit is horrible.
I prefer dark, but
second.
Dark. I probably go with Jack over Henny. Yo, go ahead.
Facts.
Second, I just feel like there's more things to do in a white pregame, yo. You either playing, they got the games on lock. You either playing some beer pong, you flip cup, so you get more interaction between the opposite sex too. Because girls love the flip cup, girls love the beer pong. Then you hear some games that you never even heard before. And I went to a white school, so if I don't hear these games, I'm like, oh shit, let's get it going.
That is one thing I will say. White pregames are very organized. Like the first white pregames I've been through has been with Obi, and I was like, I know he was looking at me like, yo, you ain't never been nowhere? Because I'm like, wow, they got an assortment of food. Look at all these games. Whoa. I was looking around
like, yeah, man, you want some chips, man? They're in the back.
Exactly.
Right. They're all laid out
everywhere.
You want some alcohol, yo? What you want? Y'all got a handle right here, bro. You want this? They ready to give it to you. You know what I mean? So that's why I like white pregames better. And I feel like they're more inviting.
Yo, so the only thing that I like about the black pregame, yo, and this is everywhere I go, I love the music, yo. That's the only thing,
that's
yo.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Because, the white people, they be killing me, man. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta stop this shit, man. Y'all gotta stop this shit.
Sweet Caroline.
No. All right.
Yo,
that has been some pregames, but usually the pregames I go to, somebody's controlling the music, and it's not like that anymore. They still playing
Shut.
Yeah, they're playing top 4.
I'm so tired of hearing that, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, yo, I'm tired of hearing that, man.
Yo, they play Drake, yo. They play Drake.
Yeah, they play. You used to call me myself.
Exactly.
They going like
they play
this.
Hotline Blinging forever.
Come on, man. They killing me.
Nah, and don't get me wrong, too. I like talking shit, too. So that's why I do like black pregame, because they like to talk shit at black pregame. People get a little sensitive.
Bro, you get popped, bro.
Huh?
I'm telling the last full black. Bro, I'm talking about in Oklahoma. Like, I went to this college party. It was out of my norm. I had like different friend groups, and so I went to this mainly black party, and everybody was drinking Henny. Niggas looked like they was ready to stomp you out as soon as you came in. Everybody was high on all kinds of stuff. And then I asked a nigga for a drink. I asked the girl who I thought was passing out drinks, but it turned out she was some nigga's girl. He thought I was pushing up on her. It was about to be a fight, man. I just came out for a good time.
I feel you with that, yo. When you do that at a white pregame, it's like, yo, you good,
yeah, bro? You guys know each other?
You want her to suck you?
Exactly.
I have been to some pregames in like DC, like where professionals are. That shit is good too. Like it's mad chill. They have shit set up as food. Like it's close to a white pregame.
Yeah, you right, Jay. Let's not shit on. I'm not gonna shit on black pregames like
that.
Yeah,
no, we can't. Yeah,
One of a few.
Yeah.
But one thing I did want to tell you, I do not pregame in any cities that are listed on the first 48.
Exactly.
Oklahoma, Memphis, Miami, but Broad County.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Not the Strip.
Not Cleveland either, bro. I be in the house.
Listen, you got to remember that, yo. In Indianapolis, no.
St. Louis.
Yes.
I can rep it.
Nashville.
Yo, my ex lived in Indy, yo. The pregame not that bad in Indy.
You're not? All right.
Not that bad. I can rep the Indy one. They got some. If you know the right people, you feel me. And luckily for us, you know, we most two athletes, so we know how to gauge the scene, and we're like chameleons, so we can just fit in. You feel me? And we're taller than most, so it's not as bad.
So let me ask you, PJ, because you were asking if you were talking about white pregames or so how do European pregames differ?
Bro, it's crazy. Oh my God. Yo, they love athletes, bro. It's mad love. And like there's no, and I feel like over there everyone respects everyone. Like, and this was before the refugee situation, because that kind of changed the game in Europe. But specifically in Germany, bro, when I was over there, some of my teammates, the love we get, I'm talking about like the girls we was with, their parents came down and pregame with us and was partying with us. They was passing us the alcohol. They was cooking for us. Like, I ain't trying to get into too many details.
Nah, that's true though, because that's true though, because parents over there, just, you know, are more accustomed to drinking, right? So this is more
exactly.
Drinking age is a little lower, right? So
start drinking at like 13.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, a body over there isn't sexualized like it is in America. So, yeah.
That's why I love international women, dog. Love them, bro.
My wife's Italian.
See, you know what you got.
Ooh.
You know what you got, man. Because
Ciao Bella.
I'm not going to even lie, yo. International is my top. If I find an international that you fits me, just because of how they're culturally raised and their viewpoints, they match mine more. I'm definitely that way. Well, let's move to a different topic, man. Still talking about women, of course. And now we're moving from the pregame to the bars. All right. And you know, in the bars, right? Most of the time, guys are the initiators. Guys like to be the ones that are more forward. You know, they not attack. That's the wrong word. They I don't even know the word I'm looking for.
Aggressive.
The aggressor.
Yeah.
They're the aggressor towards women.
Or the assertive. Oh shit.
Damn, Jay Gunn.
I like that
My shit
pregame.
for lock screen. I was like,
Special effects.
all right.
They got split screen every fucking
Every time, yeah. That nigga like flop flop.
But I guess my question to you guys are, since women sit back in the cup more, but are they doing themselves as a service by not approaching men? And maybe not even in a bar setting, anywhere. This could be the grocery store, this could be a bookstore, this could be on the street. Do they do themselves a disservice by not approaching men?
So here's my thing with that, because I was arguing with a girl about this, and here's the thing: like with a girl, if let me start with this: if you're a dude and you're looking for a certain type of girl, you're like, oh, I want that girl. I want to talk to that girl, and you said it. You know, you initiate, you talk to her. More 9 times out of 10, you're more likely to get the kind of girl that you want. When you're the girl, you're really waiting for the guy to come up to you. Yeah, you may be bad, you may have your pick. Am I freezing? Okay.
Yeah, you keep freezing.
Yeah.
Yo, G,
Oh,
you
shit.
got the one freezing.
So
Yo, fucking changes every week. All right, go ahead.
My bad. I was saying, like, when you a girl, if you're not out there being assertive, I feel like a lot of times you're not necessarily. Am I freezing again?
No, go ahead.
Like,
Oh.
there you go.
Oh, I was just saying that a lot of you don't necessarily set the tone because you're waiting for dudes to come up to you. So it's just a matter of you're kind of just picking between the dudes that come up to you as opposed to you going out and picking the type of dude that you want.
So your options are limited?
Yeah, not necessarily limited, but yeah, limited. Like you're picking from a pool of dudes who walk up to you.
Yeah, that is true though.
Yeah.
That is true. I guess because you got to say something, GQ?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll go after you.
Nah, I agree that they are doing a disservice to them because just for the simple fact that when a woman goes out, right, and it's the opposite, a man comes to them, she might not even be paying attention to that guy. But me coming up to her and being forward with her, I get her attention, right? And then I might swing things my vote to where she likes me, kind of how I'm vibing, but she might not even see me or in that bar or ever, right? Or not even thinking about me that night. Opposite, a woman can't do that because I might be, a guy especially is looking at a plethora, right? So they definitely get lost in the shuffle seeing a woman. So a woman can't get her, I don't even know what I'm looking for. Hold on, I lost my point.
Ideal.
Go ahead, let me get my point back.
You might have to come back. I would say they're not killing themselves. And the only time I would say they're killing themselves is when it comes to a certain age. So like if they're young and they're fun, you know, them not coming up to dudes, they're not hurting because guys are always the aggressor. Always. So they're always going to have guys come up to them. Yes, they might have missed one or two guys that they thought was cute, but shit, man, there's going to be another guy that comes up to them when they're not expecting it.
But it could be shy guys that they missing out on that they actually like, who are not that shy, and they are not willing to come up to them just because they're shy people. But that could be the right person for them.
True, but this is the thing, though. When you're young, that's cool. You could pass that shit. That's why I said it matters about age. When you're young and everything's fun, this, that, and the third, you're still going out, blah, blah, blah. If that one shy guy doesn't come along and it could have been the guy for you, it's just not the guy for you. But the reason I say they kill themselves when they get older is because when you get older, women start to have a idea of like, yo, this is the guy that I want. Yeah. This is where I want to be in life. You know what I mean? So when they get to that point where they're trying to settle down and they're trying to do this, that, and the third, I think they kill themselves then because that shy guy could have been the guy because they want that right now. But when you're 25, 22, and you pass out on that shy guy, that's just good, yo. If that's not what you're looking for, you're good because another guy that's more exciting or does more shit, he might bring more light to you that be like, damn, yo, like, this is the guy. So I just say, yo, they're not killing themselves when they're younger, but when they're older, they kind of do, you know, kill themselves from not being the aggressor.
Man, go ahead, PJ. I think you got something to say.
I feel like to be honest, in 2020, I think girls are getting more bold. Like you got the whole Me Too movement.
This is a lie. This is a lie.
Bro, I'm telling you.
This is a lie, you married motherfucker. Stop fucking lying. This is a fucking lie, yo. I want to hear you explain this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
You have a better. You could definitely tell me differently because I've been out the game for a little bit now. It's been like 3 years, but I from what I've seen talking to my single friends, a lot of the girls are getting more bold and they feel more empowered to step into the place where guys usually kind of rule the land. Now,
in what aspect though? So is it like online or in person?
I think maybe a little bit of both.
Okay, so you didn't really dive in deep with these guys.
Not too
I need to know the answer.
Not too. What do you really think? Like, what have you experienced?
Yeah, I don't think these women is as bold as people keep saying they are in 2020. Maybe I'm an ugly nigga, so that might be the case. But when I go out to bars, I see, you know, once in a while it happens, but as much as you would think it happened in 2020 compared to what, like 2016, it's probably the same amount. It is there's these out the few. Go ahead.
Nah,
I was gonna say like I've been out in a situation with Obi where this girl we had just done a podcast. We left. We went to I think we went to rope walk, and this girl was just telling us, "Oh yeah, I'm the aggressor," all this stuff. And then Obi kind of went in and broke it down. Or how are you the aggressor? What do you do? And it just fell apart. Like they talk that game like I'm the aggressor, all that stuff. But then when it actually comes down to actually doing it, it doesn't actually happen.
That's not
They just put the best thing they'll do is they'll put themselves in a situation where you'll still have to be the one to close. They'll just make it like extremely obvious, but they're never gonna pull the trigger like, hey, I like you. Do you want to go out to dinner? Time and place. Give me your number. That type of shit.
I'm gonna hit y'all in the head right now. I'm about to hit y'all on the head right now. It comes back to the age thing, yo.
Yes, it does,
and
though.
The reason I say that, bro, and I'm about to get you, Obi, when you go out, majority of the time, some of these girls, they're in their mid-20s. Now, some of them, yes, they're at their end of their 20s. But for what PJ's saying, most of his guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're around the same age as PJ. They're 27 or they're older, right? And what I was also saying earlier is the younger girls, they're not gonna be aggressors, because they don't have the experience of losing out on a good guy or bumping into a motherfucker and then like, damn, I lost out on him. Or just that experience of like, yo, that motherfucker's sexy, I'm going for him. They're kind of laid back, yo. They laid back. They let motherfuckers come to them. With the older girls, I feel like, yo, they're more aggressive. They're straight at it, yo.
I'm about to hit you on the head with this dog right now.
Look, man, look. What I'm saying is,
hey, yo, put it down, yo. What's going on the IG,
yo?
Hey, look. Call of Duty.
See? That's the kind of stuff that's happening in Oklahoma and Cleveland. That's getting niggas arrested.
Nah, but what I was gonna say, right? Because, and specifically with GQ, we was out in DC one night. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the older one? I had to go at her. She didn't come at me, and she was literally gonna stand at that bar. She told me when we started engaging and talk. She was like, "Yo, you sexy as hell." And then, I had to go walk up to her. She was literally gonna stand at that bar until I came up to her.
Yo, but this is what I'm saying. After you got her number, how did that go?
Yeah, after this, she's the aggressor. I'm not disputing that.
Yeah, after.
I agree with you with that. I agree. So that's what I was gonna say. At what point do we say they're the aggressor? I'm talking about initial conversation.
From the
You're
jump.
talking about like the first time.
Yeah. I agree with you guys. When the older they get, after you come up to them, then they start being the aggressor and initiate the conversation. They start saying pinpoints. I agree, but I'm speaking at the beginning when you guys, wherever situation you are. You might be in the street. You might be in the bar. You might be at a bookstore, the grocery store. When is it a disservice for them that they do not come up to you initially and speak to you?
I'm gonna go on no. I personally feel like each guy has an innate desire to want to chase. It's like yeah. I mean, at some point in my life, it was cool when I was an athlete in college. Like I wanted girls to come at me. Like it gave me a little bit of validation and affirmation as a person. But once I became a man and realized what I wanted, I didn't even want the girls that came at me. They was like, that's a smash and keep it moving. I was looking for the girl that I had my eye on, and then she gave me a little bit of a chase. I had to keep going after her, and that's the girl I ended up marrying.
But that's my point though. You went after the girl that you wanted, and you got the girl that you wanted.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you made out. But these girls, they might not necessarily get the guy that they want. They might just get the guy that they have to settle for.
But what if okay, I see your point, but at some point, it doesn't matter which side is the aggressor. Whoever the other person might not be getting what they want. Like that's when you decide if you actually like that person, and that's why y'all date. Like
the guy, it's not 100%. It's not 100%, but that's what I'm saying. You're giving yourself a better shot if you go after something that you're looking for, as opposed to just waiting around, picking from whatever's at your feet.
Example.
Not saying that.
Example.
The last thing I was gonna say is not saying that every situation you go to, you need to attack every dude that you like, but sprinkle it in, like maybe out of 10 dudes, like maybe.
Yo.
Here you go with the bottle.
Yo.
You freeze one more time. I'm gonna have to hit you.
Oh, now you the freeze police.
Yo,
3 episodes, and now I'm
two episodes, but I had to jump on that phone, man.
Yeah, you freezing a lot over there in first place. You want to handle that. But
Turn off
so
my Wi-Fi, see what that does.
Damn, I had some. It's coming back to me. For example, pregame on the hill. I like that shit right there. If a girl wants a guy who say 6'4", 190, works in finance. I don't know who that guy is, but say she wants that, right? And she's just sitting off in the corner, and that guy's not noticing her. She's doing a disservice because she could be everything he's looking for too, but she's not coming up to him.
Yo,
she lost out on her chance.
Only older girls know what they want. The young 25-year-old, they don't know that shit. They don't know what finance is. They think finance is the course they took their sophomore year, and it was so bad, the professor had to get them a curve. Everybody got 47 on their damn test.
But guess what? You just made my point. They don't know what they want, so they doing themselves a disservice.
I still don't know any older girls who just be walking up to guys. Yes, they're more forward in conversation and know what they want after you come up to them and speak to them. I agree. They definitely more forward. They know what they want. They're not bashful about having sex the first time they meet you or anything like that. They know exactly what they want, which is fair. I'm speaking to the point as in actually coming up to a guy and, because some guys do like that. Still in this day. I mean, at the end of the day, it still gets, just like a girl gets affirmation from a guy coming up to her, guys like the affirmation too, And that.
Now, a follow-up question: do y'all think there's a difference between races on who's more likely to approach?
Yes, that's what I was going to speak about. Thanks for bringing that up. White people definitely not going to do that. There is some white girls that are bold enough to do that. Yes, definitely. But they, percentage-wise, is definitely more. Black girls definitely like to. Yeah, black girls definitely aggressive.
Well, international first, and then black girls.
No, I don't even think international they don't come up like that. Nah,
international might be first. Especially like Hispanics, like Latinas. They've been the most forward women I've ever talked to.
Brazilians. Yeah, I lied. International first, then black.
But a 40-year-old black woman that knows what she wants, if you are that, she's coming for that ass.
And the Dominicans.
You right, Dominican. Yeah, Dominicans, man. Yeah, international black and then white. Yeah, white people definitely don't. There's a few that do it and they shock you, and they be acting like they just do that all the time. And you really gotta.
But this is the thing. Do you judge? Are now when a white girl does that? Are you saying like, damn, am I that good looking, or does she do this for everybody?
Depends how good looking she is.
It also depends on energy, because just because I say approach, that don't mean I say approach and you just throw out the whole shit like, oh yeah, let's go. But I'm trying to fuck right now. It could just be something like real cool, like, hey, if you want to catch a happy hour or something, sometimes, some chill shit. It's your approach. And here you go with this
bottle. You stop making up these non-realistic things, go to a happy hour. I wish somebody said that to me, yo.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm not saying it happened. I never said it happened.
I'm done with you, yo. I'm done with you right now.
I never said it happened. You're playing into my point. I never said it happened. I'm just
I
saying,
wish
it's
that
okay,
happened,
but
though.
but
I
you see
wish.
how you just lit up, right? You grabbed the Febreze and everything. You would have liked that, right? Exactly. You play right into my point. You would have loved it.
Never
Hey,
heard
yo, let's
that.
state that point again, though. Let's state that point that first place person said. The girl, just like if you're an aggressor, I'm not saying that you should be aggressive if you just want sex. Be an aggressor if you actually want the person. That's what we're speaking about. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, be the aggressor if you actually want the person to get to know the person. I'm not saying that you should be the aggressor and then he automatically thinks that he's gonna have sex with you because you're the aggressor. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying like if you want that person, go up and speak and make it happen, just like guys do. I feel like since it's 2020, how I like to see on social media all the fucking time,
Right.
the rules have all changed. Please let me see the rules change in fucking reality in public and not on fucking internet with these Twitter trolls. Tired of that shit, man. Let me see the actual change in the fucking public eye. Where people
does this count as her being aggressive when you guys are like kind of like looking at each other, feeling each other, and then you approach her and she's like, "Yo, I was waiting for you to come over here."
No.
That's not the aggressor, but
no.
I like that shit though.
She like that.
That's passive aggressive though. Like that counts.
Right.
That gotta count for something.
What do you?
It's a half a. You get a half a point.
Yo, that's a good one though. That is a good one. You can't say you don't love that when she be like, "Yo, I was waiting for you to come over here."
Nah, I do love that. I just told you, I love it.
I like it. The only reason the only thing that makes me mad is because when girls say they have game and I say, well, what type of dudes, what type of things do y'all do? That's the shit that they say. That's not
That's the question, Jay got my next question. Do girls have game? I need to know the answer. When girls say that shit makes me cringe, yo.
They don't need game.
They don't need it. Their body is game. That's the
fair.
game.
That's fair. Say that then. Say you don't need game. Don't tell me you have game. Say you don't need game. Like, do not, like, remember Talene, she was on this joint before. She said she had game.
Yo, I'm done with her, yo. I really am, yo. I don't think she got game, but I definitely think she has lingo. Cause I've seen her out one night, yo, and she was like really like just rapping to niggas, talking to niggas, this and the third, which a lot of girls don't really know how to do. You know what I mean? Especially if they just met a guy like for the first or the second time. So maybe that might be her way of saying I got game because I can talk to anybody.
That don't mean nothing though.
Right.
That just means you a forward person or a social person.
It means you know how to speak.
Game is particular, like it's specific.
Yeah. So there's a difference between being a conversationalist and being a persuader. Game is persuasion.
Yo, but this is the thing. The thing is, this is why I'm ready, yo, because what is really game if the male is already willing to go for you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? So like, yo, that's what that and that's the thing that we got to really think about because like, yo,
I'm gonna tell you right now. Because,
okay, cool. But
because I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hold on. Because like, yo, say for T, she says she got game, right? Mm-hmm. And she go up to a dude and she try to holler at him or this, that, and the third. But is that really game if homie already really wants to be like mess with her? That's not really game though. I'm
gonna see what first place is. I think he on my wavelength.
Here's the thing. But she also said she talks to these dudes, but she can't really get them to last long. See, the game's for us when we try to hit the game.
Ding, ding, ding.
We're trying to smash. They're trying to get a relationship.
Ding, ding, ding.
Convince you to get into a relationship where you otherwise probably wouldn't have thought about it. That's the game.
Oh, so you're saying the women's game is the relationship, the men's game is getting them.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
That criteria wasn't.
That's why I was asking, do women have game? So I don't think so. I think when women speak about game,
some do. And I'm gonna go back to the older joints here because they're gonna know how to treat you to get you in that relationship.
Yes.
That's the thing.
I agree.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
No,
that is a fact.
I do think women have game in that aspect. I hope that we're on the same page when when we speak about what game women have, is not to get into bed, but more so for them thinking they can sway any man to get into a relationship. Right?
Right.
That's it.
Because I could have just been thinking I'm trying to hit, but then she all of a sudden she got the game, and now I'm thinking, I think I might want a relationship. That's what I mean when I say game.
That's game.
They don't have that.
Not a lot of women have that, yo.
That's gonna be a great question to
That's
put.
why, on a woman, because that's why when they say, "Oh, I give him the look," that's not gonna get you a relationship. That's just gonna mean I get the hit. Thanks.
You got the.
Appreciate
Are
it.
you ready, Jay? That's a good one, yo. I like that, yo.
Yeah, man. So women out there, I think y'all need to up your game, because a lot of niggas can smash you, but a lot of niggas don't want to get in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fact. And this is what women need to know. That's what game is in their realm. Because I've heard girls like, yo, I can get that nigga to smash. No shit, you can get that nigga to smash. He's a fucking guy. What the fuck you think he's gonna do? Does not fuck pussy? The fuck? What kind of sense does that make? But can you get that nigga to be in a relationship with you? And how
young girls don't got game then.
That's what I'm saying.
At all.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
They don't even know what it is yet. Because they don't know what they want.
They don't.
Thank you.
There you go. Sum it all up right there. On to the next question. And the next question is why I looked this up. Ooh, I like this one, man. GQ proposed this one, right? When dating someone, wasting your time versus being patient. Do you want to elaborate, GQ?
Yeah, so like for example, you dating someone and like really, for example, you might be, I'm trying not to use sex as an example, because that's too easy, but like you dating someone and you really trying to get to know them, for example, right? And you're doing the whole everything she asks and everything to make everything cordial, but at the same time she might say like, yo, I don't think you're ready to meet my family yet. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use this as an example. She's like, yo, I'm not really ready for you to, meet my family yet. But at the same time, you're always going out your way, doing everything. You already introduced her to your family, and you probably crossed every box. Like you've done everything. You've been respectful, everything. At what point are you wasting your time or you being patient for this person, yo? Like, at what point is it, yo? At what point do you realize, yo, like, am I wasting my time on this person? Like, me doing all this shit and it's not really going anywhere? Or is it me just being patient till shit falls through?
So basically, like the line of demarcation where you're wasting your time or you're just being patient. That was a good question.
Yeah, yo, because like, for example,
we're assuming that we want to get into a relationship on the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like your goal is what? Well,
if you're in it that long, if you're in it for that amount of time, then yeah, you're most likely.
Yeah, so we could use the parent thing as a relationship thing. But we could use the sex thing as another example, like, yo, she keep ghosting you. She keep not really, she do the I ain't gonna say the one word text. I'm gonna say, yo, like she never really put herself in a position to really be one-on-one with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But she keep giving you these signals like, yo, I'm not that type of girl. Like, I just gotta wait till the right time. Are you wasting your time or is it just patience, yo? At what point do you realize that?
Are you putting all your eggs in one basket? Because I'm never doing that.
You only got one egg, nigga.
Because best believe, yo, if this is happening and she's stringing me along like that, I'm definitely out on the prowl busting something else down. But I'm keeping that, as the challenge. That's the challenge.
So yo, let's leave it. Yo, let's cut the whole like dating shit out. Like you're getting into
with this girl.
You fucking with this girl. We can use the sex. We can use maybe taking it to the next step of making it official, Like, at what point do you realize, like, yo, I think I'm just wasting my time on this thing, yo? Like,
it's an interesting question, just because my mindset got to get there, because I've never been in that situation where I wanted to get into a relationship so bad, you know. But I feel like,
even if you're just talking about sex, like you were saying, if you just put it in sex terms.
Yeah, I'm trying to reverse it. If it was for me, like I initially like this girl, I'm feeling her, you know, and we're chugging along, right? And I'm thinking this has become more of a relationship, but then there's certain attributes that aren't compatible with me, but I'm trying to like get through that, because, you know, she still got some attributes that I do like. Like, at what point am I wasting my time versus wanting to get in a relationship with her, right? When she asks that question.
I'll give you another example. You talking to shorty. She's like, yeah, yo, come at my friend's spot. We having a kickback. You go over there. The first time, it's lame as fuck, right? All her friends are fucking lame. You give that shit the fucking one time. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get that shit. Y'all go back home. You had the crazy combos. Everything's great. She's like, yo, we're having it again. You go over there and shit again, and that shit is whack, really whack, right? At what point do you realize, like, yo, like, is it really worth it? Like, am I wasting my time on this bitch? Or like, dude, like, am I just being patient because I want to chill her? Or like, what's going on, yo?
Yo, quick question. Can shorty cook?
Only when you come over her friend's house.
But that was an interesting answer, because he kind of answered the question. It's only wasting your time when you feel like what you're gonna get out of it is worth the trouble you're about to put into it.
Facts. The payout has to be worth it.
The payout, like, oh, I'm about to suffer through these whack ass things, but if I get it, my life is gonna be better than what it was if I didn't have it. If it's like, oh, my life's gonna be the same, or, you know, marginally better, then at some point you're just gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
Like, yeah.
Especially if not all your eggs in one basket, like you said, then you'll be like, I'm good. I'd rather do this. If you're like, nah, I'm not gonna find another one like this. My life's gonna be way better by messing with this shorty, then yeah, then it's not, because I mean, as a dude, you're used to charging a lot of things to the game. There's just things that's going to happen where you have to charge to the game. You may pay for something, you have to pay for a drink at the club, you have to charge to the game. You may have to chill with shorty and she curves you, charges to the game. As a dude, you're used to those type of things. But you know, here you hear this guy go again.
I'm getting ready, dog. I'm getting ready, and this ain't for Breeze, nigga. I'm just letting you know.
You better put a tape on that bottle till they sponsor us.
Yeah, I agree with you though, personally, because I feel like in that situation that you just said, GQ, if I'm going over to that friend's house and I do not like her friends, yo, me and her one-on-one vibe when we're together just by ourselves got to be so strong, and I'm really fucking with it to continuously put up with her friends that I'm fucking not vibing with at all.
Okay, all right. So now you're on the one-on-one shit. You're past the friend shit. Everything, you know, certain boxes are checked off. She can cook. She can do this. You know, most of the stuff that you're looking for. But you guys always get into arguments, which always lead to you guys not talking for maybe 1 or 2 days, right? At what point?
Toxic. Bye. Toxic. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But hold on. To Jagon's point, when you look at your list, you like, yo, if I don't have this in my life, yo, I don't know, yo, like, this shit is good. Bye-bye.
I got a great example, bro. I dated this girl in college on and off for 5 years. And she looked like she had everything on. Like, I met her family. They thought we was going to get married. But we kept having these crazy arguments. And I kept leaving the house like, yo, I hate this girl. But then the next day, I'm like, yo, I kind of miss her. I'm going to go over. And I was getting what I wanted. But, bro, one day, this family that I respected, that we both were, like, real close to, she was like, I don't really think y'all that good for each other. Like, y'all might have some things in common. You might check off some things, you know, on each other's list. But overall, y'all just not really that compatible. when she said that, I started looking at her from a different perspective, and she was right. I hated that girl, bruh. It was over.
So
It was over.
I use this line all the time. I've used it one time, and ever since then, I started using it. And Obi probably knows it. It should be a Drake line, but he hasn't used it yet. Just because you miss somebody doesn't mean you need to be with them, yo.
Facts.
I just told my buddy that's dealing with a situation where his happiness isn't number one. Because I'm like, yo, yeah, y'all might not talk for a couple of days, and you might say, yo, let me go my separate ways. Yo, those first couple of days, you're always going to be like, oh, man, yo, I miss her, yo, like, I got to talk to her. That's normal, yo. But just because you miss somebody and you care about them doesn't mean you need to be with them, bro. So,
I guess, that toxic shit is just because when you said that argument, yo, that's one thing, and we've all had that one shorty where it was just like that, right? Everything was good during the day, and then you come at night, whatever the case may be, she might be drinking, whatever. You get in an argument. There's no reason. Any little thing says something more.
Any little thing, yo. Yo, today's sunny. What? Yesterday wasn't sunny? What? All I said was today. No, you said yesterday was sunny. Yo, what? Like, what you talking about?
And you know,
I think it's real dope that Karen bought her husband a PS5. Oh, so you think motherfuckers should be buying?
Right. No, I'm good.
And you know, I think just to speaking with you, PJ, and then knowing the others too, we all strong personality. So this bitch start screaming at us, I'm gonna start like for no reason. I'm gonna start. We going.
Get the strap.
I don't got no time. Get one of those.
And the thing that escalates the argument. And here's where they get us in the trap, because we all kind of like the same way. I've kind of learned, but we all kind of the same way too. We all get real passionate and get mad. And then even when we dead right, the girl's argument turns from whatever we were arguing about to how we reacted to how it was wrong in the argument. So it's not GQ might be like, yo, what the fuck, yo, blah, blah, blah. But instead of it being like, oh, I was dead wrong for blah, 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 it's like, nah, but you yelled at me and called me a bitch. Yeah, because you was dead wrong.
But then it is so wild out.
Yeah, it's a fact, yo. That's a fact. I hate a girl that raised her voice at me and think, I start raising my voice. Why are you raising your voice? Yo.
But why are you yelling, though?
Yeah, why am I yelling? Like, I really sometimes try to control my yells, too. I really do. I, like, try my hardest, dog. I even give you 2 yells first. Like, you yell at me 2 times first, I will not yell back. But I promise you, yo, you get to that third.
Dudes be doing the double deep sigh, and girls still don't be catching it.
They don't catch it, bro.
Yo, what I do now, yo, I always, because, yo, people always think, yo, like, your voice is loud. I start off, I am not yelling.
Same, bro.
Yo, I want to say this right now. I'm not being aggressive, and I'm not yelling right now. I just want to say something.
Yo, it's life, yo, but we got emotion at the end of the day. No matter, I might not even show it sometimes, but you feel me? Nigga got emotion. And for you, it actually lets you know how much I care about you, because you getting me to that level.
Right.
You feel me?
You're bringing me out of my character, because if I didn't care about anybody, I wouldn't come out my character.
Thank you. That's a bar, yo. Tell Drake, put that in the song now. It's a bar.
That's
about to be my next IG caption.
I like something that GQ said, though. He said, when your happiness is at risk. Like, and I feel like, yeah, like, so for me, I realized that, like, marriage is all about selflessness. Like, you put your wife first, she puts you first. It's a joint venture together. But in a dating relationship, like, when you're both still legally single, like, your happiness should matter as a priority. Like, are you legitimately happy in this relationship? And if the answer is no, you gotta go, man. It's too many fish out here. It's too many fish.
So let me follow up on that, man, because Will Smith said he had a
I was just thinking about that too
yeah.
when he said that.
He had a quote speaking like when you're in a relationship, you should not. This other person in your relationship should not make you happy.
Yeah.
Your happiness is your responsibility.
Your
Is what he was saying.
responsibility. And if two happy people come together, then you just uplift each other, right? Exactly. So y'all, I'm guessing y'all agree with that statement.
Absolutely.
He said your wife can bring you joy, she can make you laugh, but she can't make you happy. And the same thing for her. Your own happiness is your responsibility. So he's not going to be looking to her to make sure he's happy and vice versa. She's not going to be putting the burden on him to make sure she's happy. She got to find that from herself.
I'm sorry to bust niggas' bubbles, but my mom said that before Will Smith did. So I'm
there you go. Credit. Will Smith he just made it a little famous.
Exactly. He made it popular.
He made it viral.
There you go. That's it. Right. Viral.
Your happiness.
Right. I got 2 more questions for y'all, man. I was thinking about this. Actually, this might be let's see how y'all feel about this. Hold up, is pussy whip still a thing in 2020? Being pussy whip?
Yeah, people always pussy whip. Some of the joints you said, I was like, yo, people already answer those, man.
I wanted to know. This was gonna be a quick question because I really just wanted to know. All right.
Yeah.
You think so? People still pussy whip in 2020?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Niggas pay for OnlyFans. That answers it.
Yeah, that's OD. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, yo? Because everybody I must live in a different world. Because everybody I talk to is like, yo, that shit crazy. I would never do that. But these bitches making money. So somebody's lying to me, yo. Somebody at my friend group is lying.
It's your niggas, bro. It's your niggas. They're lying to you.
like when Jordan was like, yo, I got the video. I said, nigga, what? He said, yo, but they sent it to me. Stop.
Yeah, I was like, if you don't subscribe, how you get the video? He was like, I got the link.
He was like, I got the link. I said, yo, you
$10 a month plus tax.
Hold on. But that, like I tell people all the time, things just don't add up to me. You ain't gonna pay for OnlyFans. You just gonna pay for this European bitch to come out.
Thank you, yo. What is that, yo? Come on, man. That shit don't add up, yo.
Don't add up.
Then he trying to say
hey, what you heard what he said. Yeah, we feeding her and doing all. I was like,
yo, can I ask you this, PJ? Let me ask you that, man. What you think about? Because I'm gonna start asking every quarantine member we got. What you think about guys buying flights?
For what?
Flying her out.
Okay, I'm saying for a random girl. I'm not even talking about a girl you might have talked to, you might mess with for a little bit. I'm speaking about a random girl you just met on IG, or you met one time in person. Are you flying these girls out?
Hell no.
Take it back to your single days too.
In my single days, no, hell no. I don't care, bro. Like if you want to come see me, I'm not paying for your flight, especially if it might not even be good when she get here. Like, nah, I'm good. There's no investment in that for me. I don't get anything back. A nut doesn't count. And
then you got to stay with them for like a day and another day. That's my thing with the flying thing.
And take it to the airport.
Yeah, like if this girl got no personality and you fuck her out after you fuck her, and a nigga like me, after I fuck a newly minted, I'm gonna get bored right then and there most likely, unless she's like has game, right? And she can bring something other than pussy to the table. I'm gonna get bored. So I don't know how you just do that. She come Thursday. You have sex with her. Now you gotta stay with her Friday, Saturday, and then wait till she leave on Sunday.
Bro, I think that's a flex. I think niggas just do that.
Oh, it definitely is.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, there's no other reason. It's too many girls locally, bro. It's too many girls locally. What am I flying you out for? And these fake IG models, anyway, they don't really have nothing to offer. Like you said, it's pussy and nothing else. They don't got no quality of conversation. We're not gonna start dating. I don't know nothing about you. I don't even know what you got, what you bring into my house. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm cool off that. Single or not.
Glad we agree. All right. Are you better at drunk sex or sober sex? Interesting. GQ laid that one out, so I'm gonna let him speak on that.
You know, I've always been a fan of sober sex, yo. Like even when we started the pod, yo, I always said that. I always say, yo, sober sex is better sex. Like, but I can say, yo, when I get to my tipsy level, right here, I can lay something down pretty celebrity status. Yo, but the only thing about it is, yo, like I'm definitely gonna go with the sober sex, yo, because I feel like, yo, the drunk sex, sometimes, yo, niggas don't come, niggas don't get up, shorty might be too drunk. It's like, yo, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to have the drunk sex, yo? So I'm always have to go with the sober, man.
So you're saying, because I think the question first was, are you better at? Which one are you better at? So you're saying you're better at sober sex. There's advantages of drunk sex if you at that tipsy level.
Yeah, if you at that okay, thank you for answering my question. I'm gonna definitely say I'm better at sober, yo.
It's a good question, man.
I've definitely had.
Here's the thing that y'all keep saying, like y'all keep saying like at that tipsy, but that's not drunk though. So that's my thing with drunk sex. Like,
well, I'm gonna say tipsy sex then, because I don't really get drunk, yo. That's right. Just not me.
But the thing about
go ahead.
Good. I was about to say the thing about drunk sex is it's whether or not you're better. It's almost like it's like saying one day you go out and put up 60, and the next day you might go out and put up 3. It's like it's really inconsistent. If you're talking about like just like drunk sex, like it could be really lit or it could
still drop 40 with liquor in my system.
Come on, man. Kobe doing shots the night before the game, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
I always drop 40.
No, but first place, he got a point though, because when you drunk, yeah, because I'm probably the most well-versed person.
You might have thought you dropped 40, you dropped 4.
Yeah, I'm probably the way.
You thought
I'm
you
probably the most
dropped 40.
well-versed guy being drunk. Sometimes I think I drop 40, I drop like 15. Sometimes I drop a good 60. Sometimes you in between, you give them a good game, it's 35, 30, right? You just never know. So I'm definitely more consistent with sober sex, because obviously I'm in it, my mind's in it, and things of that nature. But I think I could be better. I think I can get to my peak when I'm drunk. That's my superpower right there.
Your peak?
My peak, yo, when I'm drunk.
Whoa!
Think about it, yo. Think about it. First of all, when you're drunk, right, you still, especially at that right drunk, I'm saying there's some sloppy drunk. And then
not sloppy drunk.
When at your right drunk, when you're still coherent and you still understand what's going on, you can last a lot longer and it still feel good, right? So if this girl's head is vicious, right? When you sober, you probably nut in like a minute and a half. When I'm drunk, yo, I'm giving her a good 10 minutes off the head.
Yo, but this is the thing, yo, off of the drunk, you have the chance of not standing up all night.
What I'm saying that you could drop 30, you could drop 3. And here's another thing too, to your point.
So, but hold on.
Yeah,
But the thing is, with drunk, you could go 30 or 3, but I'm giving you a solid 25 when I'm sober, nigga. You feel me? I'm consistent.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I agree. I said
exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what y'all saying too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. And there's another variable to it too, like her.
Yeah, it is.
That's a fact.
Because because
that,
I think dudes are way better at managing their limits. Sometimes girls just be having 2-3 drinks and they just over to another limit. Then it's just not an enjoyable experience. You just got a dead body at that point.
Yeah.
Or edit that out. That's weird. That's crazy.
She's freaky,
yeah.
yo. It's just
that's what I'm saying.
It's what you get that night. Because I definitely seen it both ways. I'm telling you, people usually their best sex. Think about y'all best sex. When has that occurred?
I was drunk, bro. Went for like an hour. That was one of the best times ever.
Drunk.
I remember that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta think.
But I am more consistent sober. Like,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yo, are the Lakers gonna pick up a nigga that has 60 but average 10, or they gonna pick up a nigga that average 25? That's the point, man. Yes, you had that 60-point game. Yes, Brandon Jennings had 50 points in his second NBA game. But where is he? I don't know. I don't know. He's making clothes. He's making clothes.
All I'm saying is, I'm Allen Iverson. I'm drinking. I'm Allen Iverson. I'm drinking Henny at half. I'm drinking Henny at half. Now something happens to me. Like as you know,
you winning the MVP, but no chips.
I don't even have I rarely have sober sex.
I know you remember you telling me that. Yeah, that's crazy to me though, yo. But that's your vibe. That's your thing though. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's you. That's what you do. You feel me?
I have happened, in my life right now and thus far. Just I go out, I meet a girl usually when I'm drinking, and then we might have sex, or it's like I meet her at a happy hour, so there's alcohol in my system already, and then we have sex. Right? It's never been like, unless I was in a relationship, she come over and then we just have sober sex. Usually we are like drinking some wine, or you feel me? Usually alcohol involved.
Alcohol involved.
Sex. So that's just how I know sex. So that's why I'm speaking about it on a drunk level. Because sober, I just really haven't had a lot of experiences with that. Just off of like person I just met.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
All right, let's get to this last question, guys. Let's see what y'all got for this one. Last question of the pod. A very entertaining pod at that, if I do say so myself. Yeah. Let's talk about some bro code shit. All right. And we all got friends, man. We all got friends. We all have got good friends. And we probably all have friends that have fallen off. I don't know what the reason might be, but you know the reason. But I want you to give the reason that if a bro code, what's your bro code that if it's broken, it's the end of that friendship?
Go ahead, first place.
I feel like we kind of grazed this subject one time, but definitely.
I love that word. That word, yo, you use grazed, yo. That was. It's a simple word, but it's just like, yo, that bullet, yo. It surpassed me.
It kind of hit. Like we kind of talked about it, but it wasn't a topic. But we was just kind of talking about it. But someone like when you get into an argument, start bringing up personal shit.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, you can't have a friend like that, yo.
Oh, that's why you only went D2, nigga.
Yeah, bro, that'll hurt a nerve.
That'll hurt the nerve.
Ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah,
that's your girl, but the homie was busting her down.
Yo, that's why you ain't fuck shorty.
Yo, it's funny because y'all really talk about like the same situation the niggas have said before, but
facts.
You're definitely right, man. Like that personal stuff.
I can see. I have to tell her. I can see the personal stuff, and it's gotta be like personal. Like that's why I went D2. Everybody knows I went D2. So if you put that, I can get mad and start defending myself, but it's not something that nobody knows, right? Somebody could all be thinking. It's gotta be some personal shit that me and you only know, or like me, right. You, and another friend only know, right? That's like real deep, like, you feel me? We did it on maybe a guy's trip or some shit, and we don't talk about that shit ever again type shit.
That's still that D2 shit. That's still like petty.
But that hurt, bro.
That's petty. Niggas go petty sometimes. You got it.
Oh, but yo, that's there's no need to go petty, yo. Like, yo, if you my bro, why we going petty, yo? Like that petty, like, come on, man. Like,
now, if my girl says some shit like that, that shit is dead. If she ever in an argument and we was in front of people and she said, that's why you ain't D2? Yo, bring the gun out, yo. It's dead, bro. None of that. We're not doing that. That shit would be wild. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. All right, let's go with PJ.
I think this is an obvious one that all of us can maybe agree with or not, but like, I can't rock with you if you date one of my exes. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I'm married, but for my niggas, like, back in college, it's kind of Oklahoma where we was at. It's kind of like a small circle of people. But there's enough people for you not to date the same chick that I was with before. Like, and you knew her, you was vibing. That make me think maybe you was scheming while we was together, but you ain't want to tell me. So I can't get over that. To this day.
I agree with you. So let me ask you some follow-up questions. So what if he asked you? What if he came to you man to man, right, and was just telling you he broke down the whole situation, like it didn't mean to happen, it just happened, or on some level like that? Would you be accepting of that, or would you tell him straight up, like, nah, bro, I couldn't do that?
There's more room for us to have dialogue, but I think there's also different tiers to certain girls. So, like,
there you go.
A girl that I dated long term, and you just, like, I might be like, nah, at no point do I think that that's okay. But if it was a girl that I might have hit, or we was talking for a small season, and then he comes to me and says, I didn't mean for this to happen, but all right, we could talk about it. But them long-term relationships, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm on your wavelength with that. But if a person came to me straight up and was like, "Yo, you feel me? I know you dated shorty," and he knew where I was at with it, and he asked and got my blessing or whatever, I'll be cool with it. I might look at the nigga different. Definitely might look at the nigga different. But I can respect him for coming up to me. Because you can't hold you. I really don't think you can control who you like or the situation that it might happen. So you was mad, but you on some snake shit and you want to get in a relationship with her and you do it behind my back and I don't know about this shit and you feel me, and everybody else is telling me, then nah, I probably can't do that. But
it's over.
If you give me a conversation, I definitely can think about it and get back with you with it. So
yeah, no, I agree. Like, but again, like you said, you're gonna look at them different because it's like, of all the possibilities, this is what you decided to settle on. Like, hey, I know there was more options for you.
It might not be a lot of possibilities.
I don't know, man.
I understand what you're saying, though. I understand.
Like a brother, you know what I'm saying? Would you do that? It's a possibility somewhere.
Yeah. Nah, especially like there's definitely thresholds with me. Definitely, the girl's married. Definitely not. If you married this girl, definitely not. If you was in this relationship for a long time, you feel me? Nah, it's got to be some freak shit that just occurred, and how good of a boy you are with me. But yeah, I agree with you though. I agree with you.
But there's levels to it.
There's definitely levels to it. Definitely levels. Before we get to GQ, so I feel like I know what GQ is gonna say. Because he says the same thing about everything. Let me get with me. Yeah, it's like along the lines with kind of what y'all two said, man. Like, it's like disrespectful shit. Like telling me if you get into an argument and you tell me, yo, suck my dick, which a friend has done to me, and we not friends no more. Nah, we not. Yeah, you're lucky you said that shit over text too. I had to. And then you feel me? We haven't seen each other since. But nah, we ain't doing that shit. So that shit right there. If you say some demeaning shit to me like that, nah. We not friends no more, bro. Like, that's some guy code shit to me. You're not gonna tell another man to suck your dick or anything sexual or some shit like that. Where we ain't doing that shit, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, that's gonna. If we was in person, we was gonna have to fight. But like straight up, so.
That's fighting.
Well, you got a different fight now.
Yeah. That's definitely the vibe I'm on with that. Some disrespectful vernacular shit you say to me that I know. Nobody in their right mind, like, is a human being. Is like, that's just, the disrespectful line, and that shit right there is disrespectful. Niggas don't, if a nigga don't say that to me when I'm hooping, that's how I know you can't say that to me in real fucking life. You feel me? Niggas don't even cross that line when they hoop. So if you don't cross that line when you hoop, and I see you in the street and you saying some shit to me like that, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We ain't doing
throwing hands.
Right. So that's definitely mine. Let's go with GQ, man. What the people want to hear.
I would say it's definitely not passing me the ball after I hit 2 threes open gym, nigga. If you don't do that, I know I cannot rock with you. I just hit 2 threes on a nigga that say he could lock me up No, you can't. I'm going for 3. That's 6 and game is to 9. I just scored 66%.
Shit. That shit does hurt in a game, though.
And we lost off of the nigga that was sticking me, and he scored that one bucket. Hold on. It gets better. And then he scored, and the nigga say, yo, you don't play no defense. Hey,
yo, if you lost, right, and the nigga know he ain't passed you, and he come to you after the game, yo, my bad, yo.
My fault. Yeah, get out my face, bro. Get out my face.
Yo, it's my bad, but you let homie score. What? Nah, but I'm definitely gonna say, yo, loyalty, man.
I knew you saying that.
Loyal, man. That's like key to me, man. Just being loyal, bro. Like, I don't even know how to speak to it, man. Just be the person you are. You know what I mean? Don't do no fake. I definitely say some phony shit too, man. Can't stand phony people, yo.
Like you guys were saying, loyalty to it. What's the extent of loyalty that you're speaking to?
I feel like the loyalty actually it touches like everybody's peace. So like loyalty could be like, yo, not talking to my girl or my ex. Or loyalty could be like, yo, not saying no sneak shit or some shit that nobody would ever say to me behind my back. You know what I mean? Or, you know, dating this, that, and the third, or, you know, some personal shit. Like, I just feel like just being who you are. I think I'm just gonna definitely say just be who you are around me, man. Like, I can't stand somebody saying some other shit behind my back. It's like, what? Like,
that shit is phony, yo. If I hear some nigga,
yo, son,
back to me.
Yo, I swear on everything, this probably was the funniest thing ever. And I was telling Kevin this, yo. I tell Kevin all the time when we go to open gym, I'm like, yo, you know niggas have heat for me. Like, they got a vendetta when I step on the court. Like, niggas just hate me, right? And Kevin was like, yeah, because you be talking shit. I'm like, no, nigga. Like, niggas really just hate me. Like, they do not want to see me win. So I swear on everything, Obi, we was hooping, right? I sat back down. This nigga Quan was like, yeah, this nigga John was telling me about the time Stanton scored 11 on you. I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, yo, John was telling me about Stanton scoring 11 straight on you on open gym. So I'm like, first I was like, 11 on me? A game's going to 11?
That's excessive.
Yo, I was like,
Right.
that's really excessive. And I was like, first of all, y'all know me, yo. I've never been a guy to lie about basketball, about a nigga giving me buckets. If a nigga gave me buckets, I'm like, yeah, that nigga scored. I scored too. But a nigga giving me 11. So that was my first thing. And then he gave me 11. But this is what really killed me. So I was like, Quan, I was just like, so what happened to like, okay, I'm like, okay, say for example, this guy did score 11 on me, which I know didn't happen. What really brought this up? He was like, yo, we was just sitting here and we were just talking, and this nigga was like, Stan scored 11 on Shane. I was like, what? Like, yo, I swear to God, you asked Kevin, he was right there. And Quan was like, yo, I don't know, just ask John. I asked John, I was like, John, when does Stan score 11 on me? He's like, up at Wild Lake. You remember, like, you went at him one time and then he scored 11 straight. And I was like, what does that have to do with, like, anything right now, yo? He was like, I don't know. I was like, yo, what type of shit is that, yo? Like, come on, man. Like, what is that? That's so phony, yo. I'm just like, yo, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I didn't say your name out of my mouth. I didn't say anything. Like, I'm just literally just here to play, get cardio, and go home, yo. What does, like, I don't know, man.
Those be the same niggas that when you walk in the court, they're like, yo, what's up, baby? Dap you up, showing you love. And behind closed doors, they tell the niggas they drop 11 on your head. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's some phony shit. What I think is the most phony thing in the world, though, I'm going to end it on this, see what y'all think. And I'm always repeat this shit because I think this shit is the most phony shit in the world. When a nigga talks down about a nigga to a woman to get the woman.
Dirty Mackin.
Absolutely.
Oh, he done left the jump. Dirty Mackin.
What just happened?
He closed his laptop trying to be dramatic, but then he exited him out of the jump. Yeah, he's talking shit about me freezing. Wait till he get on this call. Oh, I'm gonna get his ass. Lucky I don't got no Febreze.
Hey, yeah, that's perfect though. How I'm gonna cut that shit though? I'm gonna cut this shit where I say this shit and then it has him leaving the screen. Cause that's how phony it is. So it's gonna be perfect, yo. Yo, what's he doing, yo? But yeah, that's the most phony thing to me, man.
Yo, I told that shit, yo. I was joking around. I pushed that shit down so hard it closed the fuck out, yo. I was like, damn.
Yo, see, I'm gonna cut that. Like I was telling them, I'm gonna cut that shit just like that. I'm gonna say that, have that said, and then gonna have you just leaving the screen. Cause that's a fact, yo. That's the most phony shit to me in the world, yo.
That's different, bro. You different.
That's Dirty Mackin, man.
Yeah.
Dirty Mac. Why are you saying that?
That's a term. Dirty Mackin.
I never heard that
trying to talk. Like, so like, let's say I'm trying to go after your girl. I might be like, yeah, man. Opie was out there with them bitches though when he was in Vegas.
Oh my
I don't know. I treat you better though. I wouldn't do no shit like that to you though. That's Dirty Mackin.
I guarantee you, yo. I guarantee you, yo. I know niggas who done that, who spoke that on my name, yo. I know it, yo. I know it.
I don't really see like, yo, yeah, that's definitely like that's hurtful, yo. But I just don't understand the whole thought process behind it, yo. Like if y'all guys, now I'm not gonna say I can understand it, but I can understand if that person is like a selfish guy when it comes to girls. You know what I mean? Like he a type of dude, like he'll do some sneak shit behind you, like fuck your girl or some shit. But yo,
I'm not even saying my friend. This could be somebody who just, I would never speak on anybody who's even in the vicinity. And I'm
you just saying anybody.
Anybody, yo. I will never talk to a girl and speak bad about a nigga she might have been with or she was talking to or happened to be speaking to in the moment. I will never be like, yo, that nigga clown, he was doing this and this and this the other day. Yo, what the fuck I look like doing some shit like that? What the fuck I look like doing that and putting that nigga down when I don't know that nigga, especially when I don't know him.
Hey man, that's what they do, man. They do that nowadays, man.
Yo, they do it and I cannot understand it for the life of me. What is that? I think that's first of all, it's a detriment to you.
Yeah.
Be a red flag automatically.
Yeah.
Your character low.
Yeah, I guess it's some clown shit.
They insecure.
New nigga shit, man. That's what it is.
But there's really people out there like that, yo.
Yo, and that's one thing with a girl too, yo. When she start talking bad on people, cut that right now, yo.
Right.
None of that at all. Don't be talking no bad shit around me. Positivity, all right? I don't want to like, yo, this one girl, my homegirl was like, yo, my brother's such a bitch. Like, what? Like yo, he a bitch because he didn't do this, that, and the third. I'm like, isn't that just lazy? She like, yeah, he lazy. I'm like, yo, you gotta stop that. Yo, you gotta stop that, yo. Don't bring that over here, yo. I don't want to hear nothing about yo people being bitches, this, that, and the third. He didn't do nothing to be a bitch, yo. He's just lazy, yo.
Oh man, yo, but that was a good episode, man. Pre-game on the hill, phase 2. We getting into it. Appreciate you, my guys. First place Sperm, GQ Poppy, and of course, PJ, man. Ayo, great time, bro. We gonna have to invite you back to the show. You already know, man. Appreciate you blessing us with your presence today.
It was a great time. I'm bringing my vino next time. I forgot my wine in the kitchen.
There you go. You gotta get the wine, man. We pre-game. We're just not going out.
Facts.
We're just not going out.
You know, I missed that part of the power. Be like, yo, let's get enough courage and get out and talk to these bitches.
I know, yo.
I was just thinking about the other day. I was like,
Good times, man. But yeah, that's another edition of Pregame on the Hill. We out.
Yo, this was definitely a